Hello and welcome to the news as presented by the Essential Gamer UK. I am Lee and I'll be presenting today's episode, and first I'm going to talk about The Division 2. It's alright. It's got a open beta coming on March the 1st, running for a few days, so if you like The Division and you want to test out the new one and see if it's for you, you can. You can do so with all of its range of wonderful splendour. I mean, I say that. Personally, I didn't like it. We had mixed reviews here at TG. Some of us enjoyed it for what it was, others didn't really get into the gameplay flow and cycle. That someone being me. I mean, I played the beta to the first game. I enjoyed the first beta for what it was, but the full game wasn't fleshed out enough for me, and I found that out from reviews, and I didn't really need to go further than watching videos on YouTube. Tried this one out hoping that it would be vastly improved. In my opinion, it is. Visually, it looks a lot better. The beta certainly impressed me in that manner. You know, the variety of missions wasn't great. Besides run to thing, shoot thing, have a little walkie bit, shoot some more things. It's fine, but that wasn't, you know, if that wasn't the only gameplay mechanic, I would like it a lot more, I think. But unfortunately, it seems to be, as is with most of these loot grind type games, inventory management simulator. I don't know why this is becoming a trend in many popular games. You know, a lot of the big sort of loot grindy games like Destiny and The Division, etc., etc. They're great for what they are, but the lack of variety from the initial gameplay mechanic of shooting things, and the only other option is inventory management, is not enough for me. There are a few things in The Division 2 that I liked, and they really did impress with some of the AI, but again, things got a bit repetitive. There wasn't enough interactivity, there wasn't enough variance, for me, personally. But this isn't a review show, this is the news, so that's me telling you that if you want to find out for yourself if The Division 2 is any better than the first one, or if it is indeed your bag, you are more than welcome to go to the open beta starting March the 1st. Now, next we're going to talk about Anthem. I think we all know where I'm going to be going with Anthem being in the news, because let's face it, it's not been a good week. Mixed reviews to say the very, very best, but most of them being negative, based around the gameplay loop and the loot box mechanics and loot mechanics in general. Again, this is a loot grind game, much like The Division, much like Destiny, etc., etc. But the main complaint is that this one, the loot that you're striving to get, the better materials, the better weapons, are all identikits. They all look exactly the same, handle the same, they all sound the same, and there's really no variation in them at all. That, along with the mission loops and the amount of bugs that have been seen and the general performance of the game, hasn't gone well. In fact, so much so that we noticed in the first weekend here, the full price had dropped from the 55 standard all the way down to $32.99 at some stores. Next up is Apex Legends, and unless you have been living under a rock, you will know what Apex Legends is, but just in case you have just crawled out from your domain, Apex Legends, the new free-to-play battle royale game that came out from EA and Respawn, is basically killed off everything. Now, I'm mentioning it because I found some numbers which I thought were rather interesting. Over a 3-day period in February, Apex was streamed on Twitch and viewed for over 19 million hours. And to put that in comparison, in the same 3-day period, Fortnite, its main rival, was only streamed for 6.3 million hours. So it's like 3 times the amount or more people watching Apex, and it's a great game. If you haven't tried it yet, there's no reason not to. It's free. Granted, battle royale may not be your bag, but this sort of differentiates enough, in my humble opinion, which I'm not allowed to give because I'm a newscaster, is to make a better game. So yeah, check that one out quick before it dies off, I guess. And lastly, we get onto the games that we'll be getting in March for free with PlayStation Plus, starting with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, possibly the seminal title in the Call of Duty series and saga, and The Witness, which is a very, very clever 3D puzzle game that gets you thinking, very much in the same vein as Portal. I recommend trying out both these games if you haven't already. Keep your eyes for extra goodies during the month. Thanks for joining us. My name's Lee. This has been the news. Goodbye.